You've had your dog for months, maybe even years. Every morning you feed them, open the door, check their water, and do all the normal things a good owner is supposed to do. And yes, you love them. Nobody is questioning that. But here's the part most people miss. There are 7 things your dog has been waiting for every single morning, and almost no owner gives them. Not because they don't care, but because nobody ever told them. And every time one of these things is missing, a tiny gap starts growing between you and your dog. You may not know how to explain it. Your dog definitely can't say it, but both of you feel it. Welcome to Woof Daily. If you're new here, subscribe right now, because this is the kind of content that doesn't just change how you treat your dog, it changes how you understand them. Stay locked in, because every point on this list connects to the next one. And by the time we reach number 7, your mornings with your dog may never feel the same again. Number 1, greeting your dog before you touch your phone. Here's how most mornings really look. The alarm goes off. Before your feet even touch the floor, your hand is already reaching for your phone. You scroll for 2 minutes, maybe 5, maybe longer, but your dog is already awake. They've been awake. They're watching the bedroom door, the side of the bed, or whatever spot they sleep in, waiting for one simple sign that the day has started and that you're with them. But instead, the first thing they see is your hand holding a screen while they sit there waiting like, are we starting the day together, or am I already second place? You've probably done this before. Almost every dog owner has. It doesn't make you a bad person at all. But here's the part most people never hear about. While you're checking notifications, scrolling messages, or staring at a screen first thing in the morning, your dog is quietly reacting to it in ways you can't see. One study published in Physiology and Behavior found that dogs show small but measurable increases in cortisol during the first moments after waking up when their owner is physically nearby but emotionally unavailable. In simple terms, your dog feels the difference when you're there, but not really there. The cortisol spike may be small, but the wild part is that it happens consistently, every single morning. And from your dog's point of view, the phone becomes more important than they are before the day even starts. Tomorrow morning, try changing one thing before you grab your phone. Reach for your dog first, and not just a quick distracted pat while looking at a screen either. Actually greet them. Say their name with energy. Get down closer to their level if you can. Let them sniff your hands. Give them 30 full seconds of your attention with 0 distractions. That's it, just 30 seconds. And over time, something crazy starts happening. Your dog begins waking up differently. The nervous pacing, the whining, the over-the-top attention-seeking that many people call morning excitement slowly starts calming down. Not because your dog suddenly needs less affection, but because they're finally getting it at the exact moment they've been waiting for most. Right at the start of the day, before the outside world steals your attention away again. Keep watching, because the next one completely changes the way you'll think about morning walks forever. Most people believe the walk is about movement. For dogs, it's actually about information. Number 2, letting them lead with their nose before you lead with your pace. Picture the average morning walk. You're tired, half awake, maybe running late, maybe freezing because it's cold outside, and all you want to do is get the walk over with fast. Your dog stops to sniff a random patch of grass, and almost instantly, you give that little leash tug and say, "Let's go." Most owners do it without even thinking. You've probably done it dozens of times recently, but what feels small to you is actually a huge interruption to your dog. Because when your dog stops to sniff, they are not wasting time. They're gathering information. Your dog's nose is unbelievably powerful. Humans have around 6 million scent receptors. Dogs, close to 300 million. And the part of their brain built to process smell is massively larger compared to ours. So while you see just grass, your dog is basically reading an entire social feed left behind by the world around them. They can detect which animals pass through, stress signals, emotional states, territory markings, and even tiny chemical traces you would never notice in a million years. To your dog, that patch of grass is full of stories. And this next part shocks most people. A study from the University of Bristol found that dogs who were allowed to sniff freely at the beginning of walks showed lower cortisol levels and noticeably higher signs of satisfaction compared to dogs rushed through walks at a faster pace with limited sniffing time. In other words, a slow 10-minute sniff-heavy walk can actually do more for your dog mentally than a long power walk where you control every second. That completely changes the way you look at walks, doesn't it? Tomorrow morning, try this one simple experiment. Before deciding the route, before setting the pace, before pulling them forward, give your dog 5 full minutes of total sniff freedom. No rushing, no "come on." No leash corrections every 2 seconds. Just follow where their nose wants to go. Seriously, let them lead for once. And pay attention to their body language during those first few minutes compared to the rest of the walk. The difference is almost immediate. You'll notice a calmer energy, more focus, and a dog that looks mentally satisfied instead of just physically tired. When you start doing this consistently, something really interesting begins to happen during walks. Your dog starts checking in with you more often. They look back at you while sniffing around. They naturally stay closer instead of constantly pulling away, and little by little, you stop becoming the person interrupting the fun part of the walk and start becoming part of the fun itself. That is a massive shift in your relationship, even if it seems small on the surface, because in your dog's mind, you're becoming someone who actually understands how they experience the world. And honestly, what comes next may be one of the most overlooked 30-second habits in the entire dog-owner relationship. Number 3, the slow blink and soft eye contact ritual. Most people look at their dog the same way they look at anything they love. Long eye contact, big smiles, direct attention, all of it. But here's the problem. In dog language, long direct eye contact from above can actually feel like social pressure. And think about it from your dog's perspective. Most of the time, you're standing over them or sitting above them while they're down near your feet. Even when you mean love, comfort, or affection, that kind of intense, direct stare can sometimes feel overwhelming to a dog. But there's a different kind of eye contact that dogs respond to completely differently. And once you learn it, it only takes about 30 seconds while creating an incredibly calming moment between both of you. One of the most famous studies in canine cognition, published in Science, discovered that when dogs and their owners shared relaxed mutual gaze, oxytocin levels increased in both species. That's the exact same bonding hormone connection seen between human mothers and newborn babies. But the important word there is mutual. The eye contact has to feel safe, relaxed, and natural for both sides. Forced staring or prolonged intense eye contact from above can create the opposite reaction entirely. So here's the ritual you should try tomorrow morning. Get down to your dog's level. Sit on the floor instead of towering over them. Don't call them over right away. Don't immediately reach for their face or start petting them. Just sit there calmly for a moment. Relax your jaw. Soften your eyes. Let your whole face look peaceful and loose with no tension at all. Then, when your dog naturally looks toward you, give them a slow blink and soft, relaxed eye contact for just a second or two before looking slightly away again. It sounds almost too simple, but dogs respond to this energy in a powerful way. You'll often notice their bodies soften almost immediately. Some dogs walk closer, some lean into you. Some even start blinking slowly back at you without owners realizing what's happening. That's your dog feeling emotionally safe with you in real time. Instead of staring directly into your dog's eyes, try looking softly beside their face for a moment. Then, when your dog chooses to look at you on their own, even if it's only for 2 or 3 seconds, give them a slow blink before gently looking away first. Let them decide when the moment ends. That little detail matters way more than people realize, because when you repeat this every morning, something starts changing fast. Usually within days, your dog begins searching for your face more often. They walk into a room and instantly check where you are. During walks, they glance back at you naturally. Little by little, they learn something powerful. Your attention feels safe, not demanding, not overwhelming, not stressful, just safe. And that creates a completely different level of trust between you and your dog. But if that surprised you, this next one changes almost every physical interaction most owners have with their dog, starting immediately. Number 4. Touch that waits for their invitation. Think about how often this happens during a normal day. You walk past your dog and casually pat the top of their head. Maybe you rub their back while walking through the room, or give them a quick touch without even thinking about it. Most owners do this constantly because in human language, touch means affection. It means, "I love you." But dogs don't always experience those touches the same way humans intend them. And this part catches a lot of people off guard. The top of the head is actually one of the more uncomfortable places for many dogs to be touched unexpectedly, especially when the hand comes down from above. In dog body language, movement from above can naturally feel more pressuring because that's the direction tension or control usually comes from in their world. On top of that, random head pats often happen without the dog choosing the interaction in the first place. That doesn't mean your dog hates affection. Far from it. It just means many dogs prefer touch that feels invited instead of sudden. Watch carefully next time. When a dog truly wants contact, they usually make it obvious. They lean into you, they move closer, they nudge your hand, they stay beside you after you stop petting them instead of immediately walking away. That's your dog saying, "Yes, keep going." And once owners start paying attention to those tiny invitations, physical affection starts feeling way more calming and natural for both sides. Your dog didn't walk over asking for contact. You moved toward them from above and touched one of the most exposed parts of their body. Once you start looking at it from their perspective, it changes everything. And science actually backs this up. A study from the University of London found that dogs showed noticeably lower stress signals when physical touch started after the dog approached first, and when the touch happened more along the sides of the body instead of directly on top of the head. Their cortisol levels dropped, their posture relaxed, their body language opened up completely. The crazy part? It was still the exact same human hand touching them. The only thing that changed was how and when the contact happened. That tells you how important this really is. So next time your dog comes over and leans against your leg, nudges your hand, or presses their side into you, pay attention. That's the invitation. Instead of fast head pats, start with slow strokes along the shoulder and side of the body. Move calmly. Follow the direction your dog naturally leans toward. And if they step away, let them go. Don't instantly reach after them trying to force more affection. That small moment of respecting their choice builds massive trust over time, because eventually, your dog starts choosing physical closeness more and more on their own. They stay beside you longer. They lean into you more often. Some dogs even begin seeking out contact in ways owners have never seen before, not because they were trained to do it, but because their body learned something important. Your hands feel safe. Your touch doesn't pressure them. It doesn't demand anything from them. It simply receives what they're comfortable giving. And honestly, that kind of trust is one of the deepest bonds a dog can have with a human. All because you waited an extra 30 seconds for them to ask for contact first. Don't go anywhere, because the next habit takes less than 10 seconds, and almost nobody does it intentionally, even though it can completely change the way your dog hears their own name. Number 5, saying their name once with nothing attached to it. Think about how often you say your dog's name during a normal morning. You say it when it's time for food. You say it when they're blocking the hallway. You say it when you want them to come over. Sometimes you say it because they're doing something annoying and you need them to stop. Over time, your dog's name slowly becomes connected to requests, commands, interruptions, or expectations instead of pure connection. For most dogs, their name stops feeling like love after a while. It becomes a warning that something is about to happen. You say their name before commands. You say it when they're doing something wrong. You say it when you want them to move, stop, come over, or pay attention immediately. In a lot of homes, a dog's name slowly turns into pressure without owners even realizing it. And then people wonder why their dog sometimes hesitates before responding. Research from the University of Porto found that dogs whose names were constantly paired with commands, corrections, or demands showed higher hesitation during recall and higher baseline anxiety during interactions with their owners overall. Their nervous system had learned something important. Their name meant work was coming. Not comfort, not connection, a demand. That changes tomorrow morning with one tiny habit that takes literally seconds. At some random point when nothing important is happening, maybe your dog is laying on the floor, staring out the window, or just relaxing quietly. Softly say their name one single time. That's it. No command after it, no leash appearing, no food bowl, no "come here." No expectation attached to it at all. Just their name said warmly and calmly, the same way you'd say the name of someone you genuinely love just because you're happy they exist beside you. Then go right back to whatever you were doing. Seriously, that's the entire exercise. But over time, something powerful starts changing inside your dog. Their name begins meaning something different than it does for most dogs. It stops meaning, "do something right now." Instead, it starts meaning, "I see you. I'm happy you're here." And that creates a completely different emotional response when they hear your voice. Now, this next one might sound almost too simple at first, but it's secretly one of the most powerful things on this entire list. Number 6, 1 minute of complete silence together. Think about how noisy most mornings actually are. There's movement everywhere, coffee brewing, doors opening, TV sounds, phones buzzing, talking non-stop. And of course, the way people constantly talk to their dogs in that sweet high-energy voice all morning long. What are you doing? You hungry? Who's a good dog? Ready to go outside? And people do this because they love their dogs. Silence almost feels uncomfortable sometimes, like ignoring them. But here's what most owners never realize. Dogs regulate their nervous systems by reading your nervous system first. That means your energy becomes their emotional environment. A calm, quiet owner helps create a calm dog. But an owner who fills every second with movement, noise, excitement, talking, and stimulation, even loving stimulation, can accidentally keep their dog's brain from fully settling down. So tomorrow morning, try something different. Sit near your dog for 1 full minute with absolutely no talking, no commands, no phone, no petting every 2 seconds, no constant movement, just quiet presence together. You'll notice something incredible when you actually do this consistently. Many dogs physically relax faster, their breathing slows down, their eyes soften. Some will lay closer to you without being called over at all, because for once, they aren't being asked to react to anything. They're simply sharing calm space with the person they trust most. Not in some extreme or harmful way, but just enough to keep your dog from fully settling into the deep calm that makes the rest of their entire day easier emotionally. And this part is backed by science too. A study published in Applied Animal Behavior Science found that dogs whose owners regularly spent periods of calm, quiet presence with them showed lower overall cortisol levels across the entire 24-hour day, not just during the quiet moments themselves. That's the wild part. The calm carried forward. It slowly became their dog's default emotional state over time. So, tomorrow morning, find just 1 minute somewhere in your routine. It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe while you drink coffee. Maybe before leaving the couch. Maybe while your dog is quietly laying nearby. But for 60 seconds, remove all the noise. No talking, no constant petting, no baby voice, no narrating every thought in your head. Just sit beside your dog quietly, and if they walk over to you during that minute, receive them calmly without instantly turning it into excitement. No dramatic reactions, no overstimulation. Just breathe slowly, stay relaxed. Let your dog experience what true calm from a human actually feels like. Now here's the final part that almost nobody thinks about. The way you leave the house matters way more than you realize. Most owners accidentally create tension before leaving. Their tone changes, their energy changes. Sometimes they start apologizing to the dog without even noticing it. "I'll miss you." "Be good." "Sorry, baby, I'll be back." Dogs feel that emotional shift immediately. So instead, create a simple goodbye ritual your dog can predict every single morning. It doesn't need to be complicated at all. Just choose one short phrase and use it consistently before you leave. Something simple like, "See you soon," or "I'll be back." Say it calmly. Low voice, relaxed energy, no sadness, no dramatic goodbye moment. Then leave without hovering at the door or turning back 5 different times. That's it. The same words, the same calm energy, every single day. And within about a week, most owners notice something really interesting. Their dog may still walk toward the door when they leave, but there's less panic behind it, less urgency, less confusion. Their body settles faster because they've started understanding something emotionally through repetition and consistency. Your leaving is not the end, it's temporary. And they learned that not because they suddenly understood English, but because your body language, your routine, your tone, and your calm taught them that departures are safe and predictable. Now stop for a second and think about all 7 of these habits together. None of them cost money. None of them require fancy training equipment. None of them take hours out of your day. But together, they completely change how your dog experiences life with you. Greeting your dog before touching your screen. Letting their nose lead the first part of the walk instead of rushing them forward. 30 seconds of soft eye contact that means nothing except comfort and safety. Touch that waits for permission instead of assuming it. Saying their name with no command attached to it. 1 minute of complete calm together. And a simple goodbye ritual that teaches them you always come back. None of these things cost money. None of them require expensive training or hours of work. Most of them take less than a minute. You could literally start all 7 tomorrow morning without changing anything major about your life. But when you put all of them together, something powerful starts happening. Your dog stops feeling like they're just fitting into your schedule and starts feeling like they truly share a life with you. That's the part most people miss. To dogs, mornings were never only about food, walks, toys, or routines. Those things matter, sure. But underneath all of it, your dog has always been looking for one feeling first. Does my person truly see me before the world takes their attention away? And honestly, your dog has been waiting for that feeling every single morning since the day they came home with you. That's what makes this so emotional once you really think about it. If this video changed the way you're going to wake up with your dog tomorrow morning, send it to someone whose dog deserves the same kind of connection too. And if you're new to Woof Daily, subscribe right now. Every week we dive deeper into the science, emotions, and hidden behaviors behind the animal that chooses to spend every single morning of their life waiting for you.